This? That's us? No, no, we'll go down.
Okay, now I should get another ticket. Ah, $50.
Dad, why are we
Kids ticket?
Dad,
50
why-
cents. It's really very easy. You should come down here and try it sometime. Okay, now let me try this again.
Right.
This is sort of like Vegas. Oh, wait a minute, I gotta do this. One way, you think it's like Vegas. Okay, thank you, Mr. Vincent.
Should have an arm here.
4, 5,
Hey, Dad,
6, and
50.
we want to go
50.
that way, though.
And my ticket comes out
That's the
down here.
No, we're going.
No, we're going that
we're
way.
going west.
We're going out to Acton, Vincent Grade is where we're going. Vincent, $6.50. Take for $20.
Maybe that's what I was
You didn't like that, Vincent. Hi there, I'm Philip Scorza, and I'd like to welcome you to our show, Points of Interest. My father was a railroad man, and one of the things I inherited from him was a love of trains, travel, and history. Well, today we're going to get to combine all three of those things as we're going to take a ride on the Metrolink from here in San Fernando all the way out to Acton-Vincent Grade. We've got our tickets now. The train should be here in, I'm guessing probably about 10 minutes or so. I've invited a good friend of mine to come along with me, Mr. Paul Eiding. Paul, come on in here. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. And of course, this is Casey. Say hi, Casey.
Hi.
Hi. I think Casey's excited about taking a train trip. Have you ever ridden Metrolink before?
I never have. So
Never
this is
have,
a
huh?
first for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, it should be a lot of fun.
I hope so.
I have a couple of interesting historical things I want to point out to you along the way. This is kind of an interesting area with, you know, some fun stories to tell.
So this is a learning experience for me.
A little learning experience
Good,
for you,
good.
hopefully, a learning experience for me, and Casey's just along to have a good time.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by. All right. Well, we're going to go and have a seat over there and just relax until the train comes. So you're invited along. Please enjoy yourself. Let's go.
Here we are, the 413, out to Acton.
Yeah, you want to have a seat? Oh, go ahead, have a seat.
Thanks a lot.
I like to look up at them.
I know you do.
Can you over there?
The San Fernando Tunnel's coming up. We're going to go through it in a few minutes. In the old days, this is a long time ago, like in the 1880s, the city of Los Angeles, if it wanted to be an important city, had to be connected to the rest of the country by steel rails. And the only way you can do that was to head north out of Los Angeles. And in order to do that, they had to dig a tunnel. This tunnel took about 1.5 years to build. And it was the third, at the time, it was the third longest tunnel in the United States. 7,000 feet long, yeah. And the interesting thing was they brought all these Chinese laborers in. They started digging, one crew started digging from the south, heading north. The other crew started digging north, heading south, to meet in the middle somewhere. As soon as they got in there, they realized that even though on top of the ground is dry and arid, inside, the ground is filled with water and oil. So they had to bring these huge steam engines in to suck out the moisture while they could keep digging, that sort of thing.
Right.
And they ended up with this gooey mess on their shovels and on their feet and stuff like that. But they did manage, in 1.5 years' time, they did manage to poke their way all the way through there. And that was the big hurdle to get through the mountains heading into the Santa Clarita Valley.
Now, when was this?
This was in 1875, this happened.
Are we in it?
No, that's a freeway. The freeway was not here in 1875.
How long did it take to dig through that?
It didn't take them long to put that up at all, not compared to this.
That's amazing.
But anyway, we'll be coming to the tunnel in a few minutes.
Do you know how many people, did they lose anybody?
Several people were killed in the construction of it, yeah. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
On timer? We don't have time.
Obviously in the tunnel.
Well, that is straight. See the other end.
Yeah, I know when you're pushing through it, you can see that. Does it curve though?
It doesn't curve.
It's perfect straight forward.
Straight?
Yeah. Yeah, no, one of us just stood in that room just to see.
Yeah.
Right there. Still see it outside. It's great. And a little rock. It's still a water stream bed. It still runs through. The rail bed is soft.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? They must
About
have to pump,
halfway through.
they pump water out of here?
That's still. Oh,
On the ground is.
It's been about 45 seconds now. You can still see the end, so it must be straight.
yeah. There's a lot of history of the
We ought to be coming out pretty soon.
Yeah.
It's a 5 mile one.
Read the thing one afternoon.
How long is it, Casey?
They were running the.
About 5 miles.
5 miles?
For a while.
Yeah, it's
They had a
about
whole
5
thing.
miles.
7,000 feet.
It's a mile and a mile and a half.
A mile and a half, I hear another
We belong to the historical
things here.
Well, I read a lot of
I can still see it. Isn't that amazing? It may look like a little dot on your screen, but I can still see it.
tunnel construction. You know, there used to be a station there called Tunnel. When they were building it, they needed a station there. That's interesting because they still need this tunnel. If it wasn't for this tunnel, during the earthquake, we'd have been in trouble. Oh, so it's just.
Yeah. Yeah, it really spans more than 2 roads out there.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, God.
There is markings in there.
What's going to West Take? That's good.
You get the reflection right. You're only a few feet off. It's amazing. That was why they had to design this. This rocks the
Oh,
sides. This tunnel has to bring down this tunnel. I mean, start.
People still use
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
One time I was on here with somebody was on their cellular phone and they lost their connection. So,
No doubt, yeah. It's amazing. This thing's less
Yeah.
It's solid. It's a heck of a job.
Yeah.
do they have lights in? There's no lights.
We're
Yeah, you
almost
can see
finished.
the guy, what did before the back,
Five.
flipped on the back lights.
4,
Yeah, it's on us down there, and it's just, there's no more than a couple 2 feet down either side of this.
Oh, I can see some light. There we
How much
go.
graffiti is
And here we are at the end of the tunnel.
I don't know. You have to be crazy to get there.
I know, that would get crazy. But there are those nutcases.
Yeah, there was one out there.
I've driven the road in here as far as I could go, and I could never get to that tunnel.
Get that. Just really see, I was leaving about 4. Good morning. Stop on the north side.
right.
Remember?
Yes.
And they wait until the traffic, and then
That's
they
right.
speed underneath there, but they leave that gap underneath.
Yes, and I thought, what's going on?
Nobody.
So you just take it down, and you can walk.
I could, yeah, it's only if I wanted.
You have to drive far now.
3 miles. 5 minutes from the station. That's great. It's 15 minutes longer than I used to.
In Chicago, when we
Okay.
That was really nice. Yeah, I only did them a couple of times for the engineers, so I don't remember being able to stop San Fernando. Half an hour, right?
Yeah.
Is that helping me out?
Half hour, hold it a good parade.
Sometimes longer.
Yeah.
They kept adding and adding and adding.
Yeah, they had lunch during the after 25 minutes or something like that.
That was really great.
Yeah, so if you miss 3, 5, 4, 10,
Yeah.
straight from downtown out.
As opposed to 5, 10.
Yeah.
They had all that other kind of equipment.
Oh yeah, they had all those things, you know. They had those silver bulbs, come up the back, they think you brought.
Bang, bang, bang. Oh, yes.
We just left the Santa Clarita station. This is the one we normally would get on if we hadn't wanted to ride through the San Fernando Tunnel, but we got... Anyway, just prior to the Santa Clarita station was the Saugus Speedway, and that happened to be the site of the great train robbery in Saugus. One night, a big steam engine, this is 1929, a big steam engine was coming around the corner pulling a load of passenger cars, and suddenly it went off the track, turned over on its side. The engineer was barely able to get on with his life. He didn't get scalded or killed or anything. And none of the cars tipped over, but the people were in a panic. And so what happened was a man stepped onto the back of the train and he calmed everybody down and told them everything was going to be all right and got them back into their Pullman car and all that stuff. And then he pulled out a gun and proceeded to rob them. Well, this man was named Buffalo Tom Vernon. And Buffalo Tom Vernon got away that night, but he made the mistake of using the same kind of modus operandi and robbing another train somewhere else, and then he got caught. So they pinned both train robberies on him. And he spent the next 35 years of his life in prison. He was released in 1964 and died shortly thereafter.
In 64?
Yes.
So wait, how did he? No, you say that the train.
What he did is he went and pulled the bolts out of the. There's these little metal things that hold the rails to the ties, and he went and got a big pry bar and pulled the bolts loose. So when the steam engine came around the corner, the rails sort of split, and the engine just went onto the gravel and just tipped over. I mean, the engineer is really lucky he didn't die in that.
Indeed.
Thing. Yeah, yeah.
Now, could this be done today? Could you still do that sort of thing?
I suppose you could if you're so inclined.
We're lucky Buffalo Tom is dead.
You wouldn't get much from this crowd, though.
No, I wouldn't think so.
No. Our next stop, we just went by the Home Depot over here. Our next stop is Via Princesa.
Via Princesa?
Via Princesa, and that's the second stop in Santa Clarita.
Okay.
Okay.
That's cool.
Spend the next 35 years doing this. Are you going to collect our tickets?
No, but I don't collect tickets. I just very much have tickets.
Oh, okay.
This is the honor system.
Oh, it is? Oh, well, we have
That's nice. In Los Angeles County, there's something you call the honor system.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
We'll be coming up to Lang Siding in a few minutes. This is the place where two rails were joined together. On September 5, 1876, two trains full of dignitaries met to drive the final spike. Of course, Charles Crocker was there, also Collis P. Huntington and Leland Stanford, ex-governor, Downey, and Phineas Banning of stagecoach fame. But not a movie star was in sight. There was a brass band, innumerable others, including the Chinese who had labored on the rail line. And as the band played, the final rails were set down until there was only one nail left to drive. Charles Crocker was handed a silver mallet and a golden spike. After a few brief remarks, he concluded with, "Gentlemen, I am no public speaker, but I can drive a spike." Then he proceeded to prove he could drive a spike by hammering it in just 6 blows. After that, the ceremony was over, and the trains went chugging back to downtown Los Angeles, where they had a huge dinner and party in celebration. This is Lang Siding. I happen to have the golden spike here that was actually driven. At least the man who sold me this told me this was the actual golden spike that was driven by Charles Crocker, and in 1876. Actually, it says right there, 1876. Lang Station,
California.
1876. This is a replica. Oh,
Made in Taiwan.
made in Taiwan. I thought that was only $10.
Only $10.
yeah.
That's a great deal for $10.
Well, that's what I thought too.
It's a nice paperweight.
I'm not. Yeah, it is. It does. It makes a wonderful paperweight.
These guys over here are pretty well excited too.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. We're actually we've entered Soledad Canyon now. This is probably the most beautiful part. I don't know if you can, why don't you stand over here? You can see the water down there.
Oh.
The river runs through. It's really beautiful. It's the Santa Clara River that runs right through the canyon.
Darkness.
Another tunnel.
How many tunnels are there through here?
I'm thinking about 3 or 4 through this stretch here, but they're short little ones. They're not like the big 7,000-foot tunnel. The thing is, people who live in Santa Clarita should take a ride on this train just to enjoy the scenery. It's one of the loveliest places around. What did I do with it? Casey, do you have it there? The poem. Oh,
The poem.
we have a little thing called the Poetry Corner we're going to do, and I happen to have a couple of nice railroad poems. I'm going to read one, and Paul, by the way, I forgot about this. I wanted to make mention that Paul Eiding is a renowned actor. He's, a matter of fact, he's a semi-regular on picket fences. Thank you. And he plays a town councilman, a school teacher. What is it?
I'm the school teacher and principal, and also was co-mayor with Kathy Baker for a while.
That's right. You got to be co-mayor on
But you don't want to be mayor.
No.
Mayors, they bump off too quickly. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. In case Paul looks familiar to you, I just wanted you to know that. Anyway, I'm going to read the first poem, and it's called Travel by Edna St. Vincent Millay. The railroad track is miles away, and the day is loud with voices speaking. But there isn't a train goes by all day, but I hear its whistle shrieking. All night there isn't a train goes by, though the night is still for sleep and dreaming, but I see its cinders red in the sky and hear its engine steaming. My heart is warm with friends I make, and better friends I'll not be knowing, yet there isn't a train I wouldn't take, no matter where it's going.
Here, here.
Here, here.
Here, here.
You can.
And the one that I have is Rhyme of the Rail. And I've been asked to do one verse. Okay. Singing through the forests, rattling over ridges, shooting under arches, rumbling over bridges, whizzing through the mountains, buzzing o'er the vale. Bless me, this is a pleasant riding on the rail.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I'm having a great time.
Yeah,
It's very pleasant.
it is.
Even with company.
We should go to the dining car.
Yeah. Join us in the dining car, all right?
The dining car. Stop off in the club car for a drink.
Yeah. Did they hear you?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
This really is beautiful.
There they are.
The happy family.
The happy family. Yeah.
Well, this is kind of like old home week to me. I remember riding the rails right after the earthquake, and we were glad of it. There were people piled in like cattle, looked like just like New York. People falling over, tripping over, grappling over each other just to get a space on the floor or in the seat, wherever it was. Do you remember when we took the train down to school?
Yeah.
Do you remember you were up in those old cars from Canada?
Oh, yeah.
What part did you like about the train the best?
The bathrooms.
The bathrooms were what you liked the best?
Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
Is that me?
No, I was just saying that after the earthquake, the federal government came in and spent about $50 million straightening out the tracks and adding all cement ties, took away the wooden ties, and raised the level of the railroad from about a 25-mile-an-hour railroad to a 65-mile-an-hour railroad. We're not going that fast now, but they can do that. And I think that's one of the reasons more people are riding the train into work, because they can, they can make the trip in about as much time or less than if they drove.
Now, the ridership before the earthquake.
Right. About 1,000 people a day. And then after the earthquake, they went up to 22,000 people a day. And then it's tapered off to about 3,000, 3,500 people a day.
Well, it's still,
Yeah.
a good increase over the, before the quake.
Right. Like the gentleman we met earlier who never took it before the earthquake and has taken it every day since and enjoys it.
And won't quit taking it.
And won't quit taking it. We're getting up to Tippi Hedren's place here. This is the wild animal, I forget what it's called, Wild Africa. She has elephants here, tigers. We might be able to see some animals out the window. I don't know exactly where it is, but let's keep our eyes open here. Oh, here we are, coming up on our left now.
What's this?
See that fence over there? Yeah, here we are, Denise. Oh, there it is, you see the elephant in the water down there? Look down in the water down here. You'll see it right past this tree, Shambala Preserve. There is the elephant. There it is.
The elephants.
Elephants, 2 elephants.
I think they're fat.
Was this open at the boat?
Yes, you can go in there. I think and take tours. I think you have to make arrangements prior to going there. We'll be getting off the train in a few minutes, but before we do, I happen to have a Southern Pacific passenger train schedule from October 1966. This is one of the many train schedules. This was part of my inheritance, I want you to know. But my father told me a story once about how he was taking this train was called the San Joaquin Daylight out of Los Angeles, and he was sitting in the dining car, and he was riding through Soledad Canyon, and he looked out the window while he was cutting his steak, and he looked out there and he saw these 2 elephants standing in the river. And so he told me about going by Tippi Hedren's place. Lo, those many years ago. No, I'm not serious. I am serious. I happen to have this schedule here, and the train used to leave Los Angeles Union Station about 6 o'clock at night. Saugus was a flag stop. Do you know what a flag stop is?
No, I don't.
If you put the flag up, the train stops.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
No flag, no stop.
No flag, no stop, right. And after Saugus came Lancaster, and it took them about 2 hours and 15 minutes to get from downtown Union Station to Lancaster. And I think the trip now takes about an hour and a half. So they have improved on it by a good 45 minutes.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I understand that your father, right before he passed away, I know this is near to you, and that wasn't that far long ago. I understand that right before he passed, he sold Phil this train schedule.
So 40 years back issues of Trains magazine.
Yeah.
And about 300 schedules from different railroads.
This is wonderful.
My sister's got the money. I got the memorabilia. Thank you.
And you're going to pass this on.
And a couple of Auger darts too. Yes, Casey. Someday all this will be yours.
I don't want it.
Thank you.
Good.
Here we are with the Metrolink system map. Kind of gives you an overview of the entire system here.
Poppies are beautiful right now, aren't
Just
they?
gorgeous.
Just gorgeous, yeah.
Lovely time of day, too.
It is gorgeous. Well, here we are in Acton-Vincent Grade is the name of the station. We got off the train, as you saw, but the train goes on to both Palmdale and then ends in Lancaster. Paul, I'd like to thank you very much for joining us today. It's a pleasure having you along.
Thank you. I appreciate you including me. It was a great time.
It was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'll be taking the train. I want to take the kids on the train.
Yeah, do that.
They'll love
it. Yeah, yeah. And you people at home, you should do that too. There's a real nice restaurant right back over there. I wonder if I might be able to take you over there and buy you a sarsaparilla or two.
You're buying?
I'm buying.
I'm really hungry.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to go.